Okay, so here we are again. Going to be playing a bit of Elite Dangerous. Going to be working on some missions to assist one of the player factions that I support, which is the Boot Brigade. And also looking at the kind of money that can be made on an hourly basis from these missions. So we get a bit of an idea as to how that compares to, say, the Void Opals or such like. Not expecting it to be close to what you can get from Void Opals, as that's, even with one Abrasion Blaster, that's 80 million an hour if you just reasonably good at it. So this probably won't compare to that, but it should still be fun, and it means that we're not just mining all the time. So just checking, I have got limpets, as I may well need those. So going to make a start. So just testing. Hi mate. Thank you very much for popping in. So let's see what jobs we could pick up today. Feel free to ask questions if you've got any questions. Happy to chat away on what we're doing. Okay, so I've got, I should probably do that first. Federal Navy supply mission. Ship is too large though, so are there any others? No, that's the only one that's offering me a promotion mission. So what this is my rank in the Federal Navy has gone up, and as a result I'm now eligible for promotion to the next rank beyond Lieutenant. So I probably want to clear that up so that I can keep gaining more Fed rank. And what is it they want to do? "135 tons of conductive fabrics, and if I do it I get to become a lieutenant commander." Right, well I can't accept it in this ship because this ship is too large to land where I've got to go. So let's look at the other ships I've got. No problem. Deal with the cat. Cat takes priority. So let's see. My crate is set up for passenger missions, but it would be a good ship to do this one in. My Python, yeah, my Python's the best bet. That will certainly be able to carry all of this. Let's use the Python for this. So we're going to have to check the outfitting, because I'm not sure what I've got on this ship at the moment, and we're going to want to maximise cargo. Oh, a Labcom paint job. Right. So let's keep this simple. We'll put a couple more multi-cannons on if I've got any spare. Because I would expect there to be some interference in this mission. Okay, that's a full set of weapons. Utility mounts. That's just basic, but we're only going to do this for one run, so that won't do me any harm. Been a while since I used the ship, but it is A-rated. Right, so we are going to need more cargo capacity. Let's see if we've got any stored modules. Oh, poor kitty. So let's just place a few of these with some more cargo racks. Just shift in the modules I don't need into storage. Do I have any more Class 5 cargo racks, or am I buying one? Space to store it, so I can buy it. Okay, so pick up one of them and store the passenger cabin, because the passenger cabins are not as numerous as the cargo racks are. And we'll pick up another cargo rack. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. I haven't got a class 3 cargo rack. So, don't think I've got any class 3 cargo racks in storage. Yeah, I've got collector limpets. Yeah, class 6s. Well, they're too big to go into a class 3 slot, so that's no good. Right, so let's just see. Oh, there. Click on any cargo rack. I can carry 120 tons of cargo. Let's go back to the board. Alright, well, first of all, let's make sure my fire groups are sorted out. Yeah. Keep this nice and simple. There we go, just doing one run in this. Really? That's the insurance cost as well. Is it show insurance? Oh, there we go. So rebuy's 8.6 million. Okay, that's the insurance cost on this ship. I may have 1.9 billion in cash. The core mining has been good to me. So yeah, it's possible to make money a lot quicker in the game these days. Obviously, there's a lot more to spend it on if you want to. So, actually, modules look okay. I don't need to play around with those. Now, this mission is for... Okay, that's good because I want to be doing work for them anyway. I get paid 1.6 million. Target faction is Purple Family. This could be interesting. This could be very interesting. Let's just check in the galaxy map. That's quite possibly the case. I don't recall seeing you online until the other day since then. So back then that would have been considerably more effort involved in getting to that point than there is today. So Ross Vision. So that's Ross Vision. Okay, so that's the league that control that, not the Purple Family. And the reason I am checking who actually controls it, I have a cordial relationship with them. Okay, I'm neutral to the Purple Family. Fair enough. Right, so this is to transfer. Ah, okay, this has changed. It's no longer. They've changed the mission. That was a transport cargo. In the time it took me to get my Python out of storage, it changed into a strike mission, which is excellent. So we will accept that. And then we're going to switch back to the Anaconda, because that's my preferred ship. Yep, back in those days you shifted your bio waste and you liked it. Even though it was a rubbish job. These days it's a bit different, although it still takes a little while to get to things, and with the engineering and all the other stuff on top, there's a lot more to spend your money on. So it's not a case of, you get your A-rated Anaconda and you've got the best ship. There's more ships, a lot more to spend your money on, engineering, so on and so forth. Lots of different build varieties. And to be fair, no one ship is actually the best ship. It's all about what are you actually trying to do. So what we're doing today is we're indirectly helping out the Boot Brigade, which is a player faction that I do some work with. And funnily enough, to help the Boot Brigade, we need to help G Silver State Incorporated. And by helping G Silver State, I will bring their influence up, and the Boot Brigade's influence will drop. And other people are doing this as well. And what will happen is when the influence is equal, they will go to war. And they will go to war over the settlement I'm currently sat in, which is the last place with landing pads in this system. If Boot Brigade take this base, then they have complete control of the system. They're already the controlling faction, but with there being one base with landing pads they don't control, it leaves them a bit vulnerable. These outposts all belong to the Boot Brigade, but the settlement, which is the only place with the large pads, belongs to Silver State. A delivery boy. No, it's a paying job. So yeah, we're basically supporting Silver State so that Boot Brigade can take the last base in this system, and therefore they have complete control. So it's a little bit of a roundabout way of doing things, but that is the way it works. Right. So let's just... Okay, so if we're going into this system, let's see what else we can pick up. So that would be a wing mission. I know that because of the blue circle and the 3 blue dots. That's to take out 63 pirates. Take out 72. Okay, so I'm looking at what I can do in the space of about an hour. Who controls the pads and why is that important? Okay, there's a number of ways you can affect the influence of factions in a system, and by affecting that influence you affect who controls the system. Now, if you want to, you can't completely lock down a system to one faction, but if there are other factions in the system that have viable landing pads that commanders can actually land at, it's much easier for someone else to accidentally or deliberately change the influence of factions in the system and affect whether or not your faction is still in control. So if your faction controls all the pads, it's harder for people to kick your faction off of the top spot. Certainly not impossible. Someone doing it deliberately is still perfectly capable of taking control of the system off of you, but people can't do it accidentally by just not, paying attention to where they're selling their data or where they're selling their goods, because they have no option other than to sell all of that stuff at places you control. So we want to try and keep this short, so we'll take the smaller of those missions. Although there's multiple of these missions, by the way, they don't stack. So if I took one to kill 63 pirates, and then I took one to kill 72 pirates, I would have to kill 63 pirates and then 72 pirates, which will take a while. That's because the missions are given out by the same faction, the Silver State. If any of the other factions here are actually giving out similar missions, then in fact any pirate kill would count against both. Now that is a very nice way to start making a lot more money. So I'm just basically seeing what other missions I might be able to pick up that won't be too disruptive. That will help me make some money. Not much at the moment, unfortunately. Right, so take down Pirate Lord Dunch. So we'll take that one as well. So that should give me 3 missions all in the same system. So I've got a Federal Naval Strike, a Pirate Lord to kill, and a number of pirates. System's nice and close. Just check. Okay. Got my fighter pilot in so I can deploy my fighter when I get there as well. Let's get underway. So we're going to head to PSPF-LF Base 2. Yeah, so since the last time you played, some ships can carry a small fighter, and you can have an NPC pilot that fighter, or you can pilot it yourself and the NPC will pilot your ship. I prefer to let the NPC take control of the fighter. I generally see them as being a bit of additional DPS, and they also serve to distract multiple ships if you're fighting multiple ships, because some of them will focus on the fighter. Your pilot doesn't get in the ship, they stay on your ship and they're using a sort of VR link to control the fighter. So I actually carry quite a number of fighters on here, and so I can just keep sending my NPC pilot Buford out in his little fighter, keep distracting the enemy while I focus on my main target. And I'm definitely going to have to do that for the Pirate Lord. Because the Pirate Lord is a wing mission, which means this could be a threat 5 or 6. So I'm not sure I'll be able to clear the instance myself, but I should be able to take out the Pirate Lord. But we will do them last. Alright. So, first order of business, scan the system and see how that updates my missions. Okay, that's not updated anything yet. So, right, well there's one. So, is that the Federal Strike? Currently unknown, scan required. Well, I have scanned, so I may have to drop into the nav beacon. So that mission source that turned up, that will have been for the Pirate Lord. And they are the last thing I want to do in this system, not the first. So let's go to the nav beacon, let's scan the nav beacon and see if I can find where the Federal Strike contract is. Let's also get into combat mode in case I get jumped. I think the person I am looking for just tried to get me first. So we will deploy the fighter. Okay. Just complete my scans. Select their power plant. Their shields are going down a lot faster than mine are. Okay, they're chaffing, so basically I'm just shield tanking them. Not much finesse in what I'm doing, but it works. Okay, he's trying to get away from me. Chaffing again. Use the railguns because they are fixed. Pop a shield cell to replenish my shields. Okay. Almost done. And that should be it. Excellent. The Federal Navy are now happy enough to promote me. Let's get a bit closer and see what materials they may have provided. So, ooh. I am not full on those. Full on those and full on those, but those I do want. So, first things first, on target. And let's get a collector input out. So rather than having to scoop things manually, I will be lazy. We don't need me fighter out, so Buford can come back in. So just check, yeah. I have completed the contract.
Fighter is locked down. We're good to go, Commander.
So one of the things that came about a couple of years ago, I think now, is engineering, which requires certain materials. And what I am picking up is some of the materials used for engineering that have dropped from that ship that I just blew up. And if I just show you quickly, there are materials, of which, as you can see, there are a lot. But there is also data that you get from scanning things. And materials can be used for engineering, but they can also be used for synthesis. Yeah. I can believe it. I'm sure I'll be doing the same in that game as well. So, fighters in. We are good. Oh, hardpoint still deployed.
Shift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay, so I look in my navigation. I should be able to find resource extraction site. The best one for pirates is hazardous. I've got a contract to blow up 32 pirates. Pirate Lord will obviously be one of them. But I will find a load more. Causing trouble in this resource extraction site. So I'm going to go and blow them up. While I head that way, I'll keep an eye out for signal sources, because ones like a distress call are likely to have pirates in. Do I actually have a fuel transfer limpet controller on this ship? Back to limpets. I do. So I can actually do the rescue part of a distress call if it becomes available. So distress call signal source threat 0, the lowest threat rating is 0. There might not even be any pirates in there. Or if they are, they're very low level and will not pose much of a problem. So we can drop. Deploy the hard points. Right. So there's something on the scanner, but just beyond my range. Let's go see what's going on here.
Good to see you, Commander. I'm in a tight spot here. Shift's fried and I need to get back into the fight. Think you could help with some emergency repairs?
Well, this is going to be interesting. Because I don't have repair limpets. And there's no pirates in here. So, unfortunately, I can transfer fuel to them if they were out of fuel. But I need to go and get... yeah, latest update added some voiced scenarios in some of the signal sources. That makes them a bit more interesting. Right, I can't actually repair them, so I'm just going to have to carry on to the resource site, unfortunately. Right, that's saying emission source. Let's see what rating it has. Threat 6, yeah. So that's going to be the Pirate Lord. I don't want to tangle with them yet. I'm just looking at what ships are in the system with me, scanning them for data, because data materials. Also useful to know who else is in the system with you, even if they are NPCs. Right, so we are coming up on the hazardous resource extraction site. This is a place where you'll find NPC miners, but you will also find NPC pirates. And when I go for the Pirate Lord, I might only get to kill the Pirate Lord themselves before I have to leave, which will count as one pirate. So I want, you know, 31 of these. Just admire the planet a bit as we go by. Done a lot of work upgrading all of the graphics and such like. Okay, start to slow a bit as we get closer. Don't want to ram into the ring too hard. Be a graceful drop. It's similar. It is indeed. It's a similar idea. This is a bit different in some aspects, but yeah. Right. So, by my hard points, get the fighter out.
Stand by.
And let's start finding out who is a miner and who is a criminal. And we have our first customers. So they're probably going to leave me alone. So there's a wing of 3 of them. That's the 3rd.
Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary target.
Right. I'm going to take them out one by one. So even though this fight is 3-on-1, my ship is much better equipped than theirs. That's 1. And now the Cobra. Okay, so he's chaffing. Trying to ram me for some reason. A little bit of FA off to improve my turn speed. The Cobra is a pretty sleek ship. It's actually difficult for me to get it with the railguns at a distance.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Just wait for my weapons, this chaff to stop disrupting my weapons. There we go.
We're all clear. No more threats in this sector.
Programming limpet drone.
So that's the first three.
Deployed.
Right, so there's a couple of pythons. So while my collector limpet is out, we'll just look and see if any of these are wanted. Okay, who's that one? It's a federal gunship. They're wanted. Now, actually I've got to be careful here. It is a particular faction I'm supposed to take out and I haven't yet. Right, so I need to focus on the purple gang. So HIP 15815 is no good to me. And they're no good to me. I'm going to have to be careful here, otherwise I'm going to end up shooting people that don't count. Let's just finish up getting my materials. In my little collector limpet in the distance. So yeah, I made a mistake there. Basically, I forgot to check which faction those three pirates I just blew up belong to. They weren't the faction I'm looking for. Federal agent is a power play NPC, he's not a pirate. I'll still get bounties for the pirates if I blow them up, so I'll still make money off of them. But it's not going to help me complete the mission. So minus, so it's unlikely to be wanted. Okay, so I may have to travel around a bit to find some people that I actually want to blow up. So what we'll just do is we'll just wait for the collector limpet to finish up. And then I'm going to head and see the center of the res site is marked. So I'll go to the other side of that and see what ships we might be able to see out there. New ships, but... Okay, so no valid collection targets. The bounties will more than pay for my bullets.
Cargo scope retracted.
But I want to be as efficient about this as I can. Been some updates to the asteroids as well, so they do look even better now than they used to. So we are now heading away from the center of the extraction site. If needs be, we will jump into another site. There's my fighter. Looks like there was a core asteroid there that's been blown. Hence there being more dust in that immediate area. Generally, the pirates will appear about 15 to 20 kilometers around the center of the res, and my sensor should pick them up at about 7 kilometers. So we might try another res. We might jump out, jump back in this one. Oh, there is some fighting going on though. Yeah, if you jump out into Super Cruise without retrieving the fighter is automatically destroyed. But a replacement fighter is only about 20,000 credits, which these days is fairly minimal. So it's certainly not the end of the world if you forget your fighter. Unless, of course, it was the only one you had left and you wanted it. Okay, so none of these are actually the group that we're looking for.
Roger that. Initiating
So
automated retrieval.
there's a high threat rather than a hazardous site not that far away. We'll nip in there and nip back here. It'll generate the ships in the site when I jump in, so if I jump out, jump back in, I might find the ones I'm looking for.
Retrieval complete. Fighter bay is secure.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Okay, so there's the high. Oh, that's a low. Where's my high gone? I was right next to it. So, let's see what we can see in here. Otherwise I'm going to be jumping around the system looking for them in Super Cruise and interdicting them. Which is quite doable, but it is less efficient than this. So before I worry about getting the fighter out,
Plant capacity exceeded.
Let's see. Ooh, a federal lance. Probably worth a bet. Federal agent. So not what I'm going to be looking for. That's a shame.
Commencing fighter deployment. Fighter deployed. I'm here if you need me.
Federal agent.
Scan detected.
Someone just bumped into me.
Scan detected.
Yeah. There's ships in here, so we'll go through them and see if there's any of the purple gang here, but they are silver comms.
Scan detected.
Who's that? They're a federal agent. They're a federal agent. Okay. Oh. I haven't scanned that one. They're down there close to a rock rather than coming towards me, so they are probably a miner. Third lance. Transport ship probably isn't wanted. Let's drop below the ring and see if there's anything more. When you get out of the dust in the ring itself, you can see fire from lasers and such like ships in combat a lot further. So it can be useful. But yeah, this one is looking a bit of a bust as well. Okay, so purple family is the ones I want. Get the wording on the contract. They've got to be pirates, so they've got to be wanted ships. Can't do this in a combat zone. So let's try another res. But see, do we have any? Okay, so this is where we have been. So there is another planet. Let's swap body and see if perhaps we can find one that's going to be...
Commencing recovery, Commander. Stand by.
Certainly taking longer than I would hope to find the ones I'm looking for.
Retrieval complete. Fighter bay is secure.
Okay. Continue the hunt elsewhere.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay. So we'll drop in here and see if we can find any more of these pirates I'm looking for. Just watch my approach speed. We've got just a single cobra. Try this. Used to get some awesome views in this game though. Sometimes not all that bad flying around a system. Okay, so we're in the gravitational pull of the planet, so we've slowed right down. Okay. You're getting told off by a squeaky cat. Oh dear. I think you should probably pay attention to the cat. They can be quite insistent. Alright. Let us see if we can find any of these pirates.
Copy. Deploying the fighter.
If they're not turning up in the red zones, I'm going to have to look elsewhere for them.
All systems are go. Awaiting orders.
Let's see who you are. Captain Insano.
Scan detected.
So you'll usually find that there's one faction that lots of the pirates in a system come from.
Scan detected.
And unfortunately, it looks like in this system that faction is a Deputy Jet Ring,
Scan detected.
and not the one I'm looking for. Which is going to mean finding pirates more difficult.
Scan detected.
Cat is being fed, excellent stuff. Right.
Scan detected.
Yeah.
Scan detected.
Okay, Commander. Fighter en route back to mothership.
Federal agents, they're not pirates. That's no use to me. Right, we're going to have to do this other ways. So, first things first, the Pirate Lord. Doesn't tell me if they're a member of a faction. Is Purple Family?
Unable to comply.
Okay.
Commander.
So,
Fighters
him and his
on board,
escorts will
Commander.
count. So that's one option.
Cannot comply.
Oh,
Frameshift drive charging.
so, well,
3, 2, 1. Engage.
we'll try a few of the signal sources other than the Pirate Lord. We'll check a few of the ships and super crews. We'll see if we can find any from the right faction. So, that's fair enough. Enjoy the washing up. I am going to use the... going to find signal sources. Now I've scanned all the bodies in this system, but it is telling me that there are lots of signal sources. So yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find one that is Purple Family, which is the faction I'm looking for. Now let's jump in there and see if maybe there might be some Purple Family wanted ships. That's the flag. Signal sources there. The Heart Truckers. Liberals. Combat Aftermaths are usually worth dropping in on, regardless. You can get some good materials from there. There's a block by planet, so something there. Okay. It's certainly being awkward. I'm not finding what I need. Oh, I was zoomed in too much. That explains it. So, silver. Okay. Silver. Crackers. Ceremonial comms. I've always found those to be bugged. I'm intrigued enough to take a look, but... Okay, so none of those signal sources A purple gang. Check again. There's one there somewhere. Oh, there's a few. Liberals. Truckers again. The other ones are all behind the planet. There's one there. Truckers again. Right, so I need to get the other side of the planet. Or at least have my line of sight not pass through the planet. So, somewhat annoyingly, should hopefully be far enough that I can now pick up these last ones. There we go, we can start to focus in on them now. That's the truckers, liberals, truckers, truckers. Okay, so none of them. Right. Okay, so we'd be going in a bit blind. The threat zero is unlikely. Be what I'm after. See who this is. Okay, so a weapons fire threat 2. That's almost certainly going to be pirates. I don't know if it's the truckers under attack or if the truckers are the problem. Let's find out. Go in, let's take a look. See who the bad guys are. And take it from there. Will be useful anyway. Go on the edge of the rain. Okay, getting ready to drop in. Here we go. Right. So we have a Cobra. They're probably the good guys. The Deputy Jetwing. They must be the pirates in this system. Which means that unfortunately I've gone and selected a mission for a faction it's going to be hard to complete it for. So I am better off going and dealing with the Pirate Lord. I think I've got 6 days to do the kill the 32 pirates missions. It might be that I end up doing it almost entirely by taking on Pirate Lords, which will be an expensive way to do it. Yeah, unfortunately most of these other signal sources I could drop in on, all the res zones, it'll be a Deputy Jet Ring who are the pirates. As I said before, there's always one faction that composes the majority of the pirates in a system, and unfortunately not the one I'm looking for. Getting the pip sorted. Right. Go to fire out quick.
Copy. Deploying the fighter.
Right.
All systems are go. Awaiting orders.
Capacity exceeded.
So these are the people I'm actually after. 2 vultures and the Third Alliance. Right. Before anyone jumps out because they're bored. Just a wing of 3 though, so not too bad. Right. I'll get the power plant.
Paint the target,
Yep.
Commander. I'm
This is the
moving
Pirate Lords. I've got another place I can look for the others.
I'm taking hull damage, Commander. They've taken taking out my shields, performing evasive maneuvers. We're down to 50% hull, Commander. I'm gonna lose the ship if I sustain any more damage, Commander. Fighter destroyed.
So,
Fighter assembly initiated.
get another fighter out.
Setting up telepresence for fighter control.
Taking damage. Warning. Influence attack.
SOS is online. Standing by.
Some of that damage is getting through my shields because my hull's already down to 98.
They're taking out my shields, performing evasive maneuvers. Hull is critical. I can't take any more hits, Commander. Fighter link is down, Commander. Looks like we lost it.
Fighter assembly initiated. Warning. Temperature critical.
So, going to be a moment before I can get another fighter out. In the meantime, I've got all 3 ships on me. Okay, so I'm stuck in the middle of them at the moment, so I need to get out of the way.
Warning. Temperature critical.
I'm popping a shield cell, replenish some of my shields. Almost through Donk's shields. Excellent.
Fighter assembly complete. Warning. Temperature critical. Warning. Taking heat damage.
Once I've got through the shields, it goes down easier. Right, that's my target.
Mission critical message.
Should now be able to get another fighter out.
Commencing fighter deployment.
Pop another shield cell.
SOS is online. Standing by.
May as well try and collect on these guys as well. Have a shield cell.
Under attack.
They're engineered, so their shields are pretty tough, and they've already knocked 19% of my hull out through my shields because of the weapons they've got. But this is meant to be done by a wing of ships.
Target shields
Yeah.
offline.
Normally players wouldn't take this on their own. Come on. That's it. Last one.
Warning. Temperature critical. Warning. Taking heat damage.
Getting back in front of me.
Flight assist on. Under attack.
Shields are just gone down. Clipped him with one of the rail guns. Right.
We're all clear. No more threats in this sector.
So. Because these are quite tough opponents, they will drop some of the rarer materials. So get all of the collectors out.
Roger that. Initiating automated retrieval.
Okay, report crimes is on. So what we're going to go and do is hand in the 2 missions I have completed.
Fighter is on board, Commander.
And then we're going to try another system for the other pirates I'm looking for. To give you an idea of money earning potential, between the 2 missions I have been able to complete in this hour and the bounties I've made, I probably made 3 or 4 million credits in the space of an hour. An hour's core mining would give me between 50 and 80 million credits. But the faction I'm looking to support for the whole background simulation thing doesn't want any core mining materials, so to support them I have to do other jobs. Oh. Okay, cool.
Cargo scoop retracted.
So, aha.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. So we'll hand in the 2 missions, repair the ship, and try another system for the 3rd.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay. So no one's following us in Super Cruise, I don't think. Type 7 is... that's vectoring off at a right angle, so none of them are trying to follow me deliberately. Getting slowed down enough in time. So just got to loop round. There we go. So was there planetary landings when you were last playing?
Orbital flight engaged.
Ah. They're relatively simple, but you've always got to be aware of the gravity. So when I get near the surface, it's going to be about 0.4 Earth gravity. So it can make handling your ship a bit interesting, particularly on planets where it's greater than Earth gravity. Which fortunately this isn't one. So we're within 7.5 kilometers, so we'll request docking.
Gelacy, Tango Hotel Echo. You're very welcome to this station, Commander. Priority access will be granted upon request. Approved for access. Please land on pad 11.
Okay. So there's lots of different bases that you can actually land at, lots of different designs, although fairly obviously there is a degree of repetition given how many land bases there are.
meters from touchdown. Terrain
Oh.
alert. Climb immediately.
Okay. Example of why you need to be careful in a gravity field. Fortunately the ship has good shields.
Warning. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
There we go. So,
Docking confirmed. Dispatcher ground crew. Welcome, Commander.
oh, I don't normally do that. Obviously, I'm nervous streaming. That's what I'm going to say. Right. So these days you get multiple mission rewards, which you can take. So it's particularly useful if you're looking for particular engineering components, maybe, or if you want to wrap up with a particular faction. I do want to increase the influence of She Silver State, but all of these are 2 pluses after influence, so influence isn't a factor in choosing which one of these to accept. I'm making plenty of money from coal mining, but conductive polymers are always useful, so we'll take those. So you can see the impacts we've had. My reputation with She Silver State has gone up. Superpower, I'm allied with the Federation. Their influence is blue, means it's going up. The influence of the faction that I was targeting has dropped a little bit. was, well, sorry, that was my reputation. So this is my Federal Navy one. So apparently if I do that, their influence, presumably that's the influence of She's Silver State, so we'll go for that one. Okay, so coming message, I am now a Lieutenant Commander in the Federal Naval Reserve. If I go to status, you can see there my reputation with the Federation is 100%. I'm allied and I'm actually 9% of Lieutenant Commander. So, I'm going to try another system for these pirates I'm after. Not going to take any. So we're going to drop into here. Suspect is where the game suggested I should probably have gone in the first place. Right. So hopefully there'll be red zones and such like in there. Otherwise killing 32 pirates in that system is going to be a bit of a grind.
Scuttler disengaged. You may exit the exclusion zone.
So see if we can get line of sight from here. Just so we don't have to go to Super Cruise before we jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's a high security system. That means we can expect an assist from system security, so long as we're in an area of the system where they can get to.
Mission objective detected.
Yeah, resource extraction sites showing up. Very nice. Switch into analysis mode. See if this scan reveals anything.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Right. So I don't know if there's conflict zones, nearest res zone. Going to be there, but we may as well go. We may as well go for the hazardous. So we're going to drop into a red zone again and see what's what. We might not finish up in the red zone tonight. We'll see how we go. But I've got 6 days. Yeah, 6 days, 22 hours and 31 minutes. Too many licorice all sorts. I'm not a fan of licorice all sorts, so you're welcome to them. I'm not sure what it feels like if you eat too many. It's on the way, so we'll just see what that is. Convoy dispersal. Threat 2. Retarget that. I don't think I was actually. I do recall hearing something about that, but I don't believe I was there. Okay, here we go. Just out of interest. Purple gang. Ah, unfriendly. Yeah, I've had dealings with these people before. This particular group don't like me very much. Not in this system anyway. So, right, weapons, fire out.
Exceeded.
Understood. Booting up telepresence for fighter control.
Now this is more like it. Imperial Clipper is not a mining ship. You see that in the red zone? It means it's a pirate. And mission target.
Scan detected.
Target the power plant. Good evening, Commander Face Guy. Lovely to see you.
SOS is online. Standing.
Turns away from me. And that's when I start shooting.
Temperature critical.
Lay off the railguns while I cool down.
Scan detected.
I am well, thank you.
Cargo scope deployed.
Just doing a... Yeah, I do like the live captioning actually. Seen it on a few streams, including your good self. So actually, let me just take this opportunity to try a new command out. See if this works. Aha! Hopefully that worked okay. Not a problem.
Scan detected.
Right. So,
Cargo scope retracted.
all we're doing is a bit of BGS work. Basically, I'm altering the influence of a faction, ultimately for Psyche's Boot Brigade. And to do that on this particular occasion, that means shooting some pirates. But not black sails, because they are not my mission target. So... and I think they're mining. Yeah. So we just basically go through these ships and we shoot the ones that are mission targets. Unfortunately, not all of them will be. Well, this is a hazardous resource extraction zone, which means there are no policemen in here. Hence the hazardous. Yeah, system security will not come and help you here. The same with a compromised navigation beacon. They won't come help you in those either. So it's an excellent place to conduct some business that you want to do outside of police sight. Who are you? You are a wing of 2 and a target. So they will both be from the faction. So I'll follow my standard and send a fighter first. They start worrying about the fighter.
Scan detected.
Right, that's the escort done. Ooh. Almost shot the wrong ship. The Chilaxian policeman. Yeah, that's Sunday nights. So not going through my shields, so I can blow them up at my leisure.
Cargo scope deployed.
Sky is clear. No more targets.
There might be 1 or 2 of the materials I want. So while the collectors do their thing, I'm just going to find my next target. And it's not you. The music in the game is brilliant, yes. Yeah, it very much sets the mood. Something I've never been fortunate enough to see, even in all the time I've been playing, is a capital ship jumping in. The music for that is superb. There's plenty of ships for me to scan. Oh, you, come here. Right, so my collectors still doing their things.
Roger, Commander. Focus
Ah,
on the attacker new target.
Fair enough if you're listening to the radio. It's blowing up the collectors.
Target shields offline.
Target the power plant. Pull away from him. That's another one down. There's collectors. Okay.
Cargo skill deployed.
I think some of them I do want.
Programming Lincoln drone.
So I'll put 2 out. While those are doing that, see who this dropship works for. Wing of 3, and they are all targets.
Scan detected.
Right,
Roger
so
that. Moving into attack.
I'll go hatch up. Start with the escorts.
Impulse attack. Trajectory disruption.
I'm under heavy fire, Commander.
Okay.
My hull is down to 50.
Collector limit expired.
They're making a dent in the shields, but it's not going to be quick enough. And they've got about half the hull off the fighter.
Shields offline. Diverting
Oh.
power to systems.
You
Fire
got the
is down,
fighter?
Commander.
Fighter assembly initiated.
Right, so we pop a shield cell.
Warning.
I have 16 fighters, so
Copy.
I'll get the next one out.
Under attack.
All systems are
Make
go.
a start on this guy. As you can see, shooting him with 4 railguns gets rid of his shields. Okay, so we want to get closer. Not enough power and weapons to charge the railguns. Just accelerate out of my way.
Under attack.
Looks like we got him. I'm not picking up any more threats on my scanner.
Fighter assembly.
Okay. Crate phantoms. Yep, big explosion. See who these are. Not the ones I'm looking for, but that's a third lance. They're always worth a pretty penny. That is the one I'm looking for. Right, I don't know who his escort is. So,
Okay,
but I want to get in on this fight while I can still get him. It's not a fair fight, but
Target shields offline.
there we go. Right. Somewhere out here, the wingman. And no, not you. So the wingman's keeping their head down. That's probably them. Send in the fighter.
Take the target, Commander. I'm moving in for attack. They're taking out my shield.
Yeah.
Performing evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fighter is gone, Commander.
Don't pick a fair fight.
Fighter assembly initiated. Under attack.
I want to skew the odds as much as possible in my favour. There we go. Some materials in there I might not have, but there's a lot of ships around. So, where's that clipper? Faction of you. Not a target. There's a python. And what I can see on my sensor, they might be a miner. Yeah. Great Phantom.
Fighter assembly complete. Scan detected.
Aha, an Anaconda. Don't tend to see clippers and corvettes in HAZ sites. Usually the big ship in a HAZ site, the one that's worth the most money, is an Anaconda. And I've come across some that were worth 600, 700,000 easy. Unfortunately, not the faction I'm looking for. So we carry on looking. Even though it's probably worth a very nice amount. No, actually, not that much on that one. And around the time. Excellent. Wing of 2.
Scan detected.
So, same process as before. We'll attack this one and we'll find out that way who the wingman is. Ah. We don't have a fighter because it was blowing up.
Scan
Understood. Booting up telepresence for fighter control. Fighter deployed. I'm here if you need me. Take the target,
Now the
Commander.
fighter can
I'm
destroy.
moving in for attack.
I shot another ship there, and I got a small fine. But fortunately, nothing more than that.
Scan detected.
Okay, I got fined for shooting a wanted ship, which is a little unfair. So we'll pop a shield cell. We'll go deal with the one that I want.
I need support. Taking damage.
Target shields offline.
So all I did there was just come to a stop and pound that ship. Now. Get a bit of distance and scan them.
Under attack.
So we're just jousting. Not sure which ship hit me there, but
Warning. Temperature critical. Taking into coverage.
power plant done. Right. So we could do with letting our shields recover. We don't want to have to pop shield cells all the time.
Programming limpet drone.
Alright, let's see how many shield cells we've got left. We've got 9, so we're doing fine. So just going to let this pick all this up. See if there's anyone else around that I want. Oh, a bit of data, but they're clean. Let's just see this find that I got. Yeah. That's not a problem, that's not going to be an issue. I have destroyed 11 of 32 pilots, so I don't think we'll get through them all tonight. Oh, are there any more materials out there I want? All that high density composite I want. I'll take too much effort. So there's some Pythons out there. Let's see who they are. The black sails.
Scan detected.
So Alex Mills is definitely a pirate for saying things like that. Ring of 3. So let's get my shields a bit more. I will scan them. Gonna guess that these eagles are the escorts. Yes, they are. Right. Let's get all the scanning done and then we can take these 3 out. Scans are done. Send in my fighter.
Moving into attack.
Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
Sky is clear. No more targets.
Right, I'm just going to switch to the other eagle.
Flight assist off.
Who just rammed me for some reason. My fighter is tying up the Python.
Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
Looks like other people joined in the fight. But I got the bounty, so I got the credit for the kill. I'm guessing this lot don't like each other. Mission target. Just out of interest with this one, I carry a manifest scanner as well. Yeah, he's got nothing valuable. So I won't pirate him as well as blow him up. Okay. Fighter to open.
Commander, I'm moving in for attack.
Bit of practice with my fixed weapons. Still chaffing.
Under attack.
And chaff again, so over to fixed. Almost done. Chaffing, so and there we are. So, who do we have? I think what I'm going to do
Scan detected.
yeah, cool. So I'll do this just for a little bit longer,
Scan detected.
and then I will bring things to an end for tonight.
Scan detected.
But we'll see if we can't get one or two more. Vulture.
Scan detected. Scan detected.
People bumping into me in the middle of their fights. Not the ones we're looking for.
Target shields offline.
Who's this? Okay. Imperial Clipper, because none of the rest of them are the ones we want. Just ahead of me. Mission target, wing of 2. So we'll scan them.
Mission critical message. Scan detected.
And we'll scan them. And we'll send the fighter in.
Moving into attack.
Okay, so the Clipper's not fooled, he knows where the fighters come from.
Target shields offline. Scan detected.
Take it easy, Commander. I'm not the target here.
Well then, don't fly into my weapons fire.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Uh,
Under attack. Temperature critical.
this is done. Yeah, one or two bits and pieces, but nothing exceptional. Right. So given the time, what we'll do is we will pick one more fight tonight. And then I will pick this up again on Saturday afternoon. So, are you a mission target?
Scan detected.
You are. Where's your escort? Send in my fighter to attack the escort.
Scan detected.
So the escort is done. So we can go on to the Python. Just backing up to get some room. There we go. And railguns. We've got 2 medium, 2 small railguns. This is why it fires in that particular pattern. Got power recharge. And they're done. So we'll just drop out some collector limpets because there's some bits and pieces of that I want.
Cargo scoop retracted. Limpet drone error. Deploy cargo hatch. Cargo scoop deployed. Collector limpet expired.
Oh. Looks like my collectors are...
Programming limpet drone.
Okay, so we're going to leave the fighter out because I will pick up here on Saturday. So I will be streaming again 2 PM on Saturday. Should be 3-4 hour stream on Saturday actually. So we have managed to, of 32 pirates, we have got just about half, a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I will just bring the stream to an end there. So thank you very much for watching. And thank you very much for that follow. As I said, I'll be back 2 PM Saturday, be a bit of a longer stream at that point, so I won't have been at work all day. And we'll carry on with this and then take on some more missions to help the Boot Brigade, maybe try some different types of missions, hostage rescue, that sort of thing, and play around with them and show people how to do them. Thank you all. So what I am going to do... Hello, Uncle Bill. Thank you very much for that follow. It's much appreciated. What I'm going to do, because I haven't done it yet, I know that Pumpkinberry is streaming Elite Dangerous for the first time in ages. So just going to do a little raid and say hello to Pumpkinberry. She's well worth a look.
Scan detected.
I haven't got any raid messages or anything like that sorted out yet, so don't worry about raid messages. She'll see the message come up. So let's just see if I can actually do this. Okay. So thank you all again for the stream, and I shall see you at 2 p.m. on Saturday.